Hi there everyone, what's happening? I hope all is well. And today I have a seriously amazing and a very beautiful attacking chess game to show you. Now in this chess game we have Maia Chiburdanidze, Georgian chess grandmaster and the 6th women's world chess champion against Semen Dvoirys. Sorry for the pronunciation, probably it was not correct. Chess grandmaster, a very strong chess grandmaster from Russia. So this chess game was played in Tallinn, Estonia in 1980. So let's see what happened. Chiburdanidze starts the game with e4 and we have the Sicilian defense. So basically we are going to the Najdorf variation of the Sicilian defense. So bishop to g5, e6 and then f4, developing the pieces. Queen to c7 and then white castled from the queen side. And b5 charging from the queen side. Bishop to d3, bishop to b7, lining the bishop with the queen. And extra defense and centralizing the rook. So queen to b6, it looks like attacking the knight, but isn't this going to be dangerous because white is going to have some discovery attacks to the queen. But instead of defending the knight, instead of moving the knight, maybe moving the bishop to back comes to mind, but Chiburdanidze moves forwards. She played knight to d5, incredible stuff. She is sacrificing the knight. And in the previous chess game that I demonstrated by this very amazing, fascinating chess player Chiburdanidze, she also played a similar move in these types of positions. It was a similar position, so she played a move like this in this position. So we have a similar chess game actually, and well, how to resist the delicious knight? Black simply captured the knight, and what happens if capturing the knight with the queen, the other knight? Then we have bishop takes on f6 first, so pawn takes, what else? And then bishop takes on b5, that's a discovery attack to the queen. So if defending the queen, let's say, then knight takes on f6, forking the king and the knight. So if king to e7, capturing the knight, and if capturing the knight, then this diagonal is very dangerous. So e5, pawn takes, and then rook to f1, and the king is getting hunted actually. Black is not going to survive this onslaught. According to the computer chess engine, there is forced checkmate actually. So after queen to b6, knight to d5 by Chiburdanidze. What a move. So how to resist capturing the knight? And then here comes another crazy looking move, an incredible move in this position. Well, maybe capturing the pawn comes to mind, but if capturing the pawn, that is going to be check, and it looks like black can block, black can defend, or maybe actually black can move the king, and it looks like black is going to survive this massive rampage attack. But she has an incredible move in this position. She played an amazing move. Well, it is not very easy to guess. She played knight to c6. Crazy tactics, amazing tactics. We have bishop takes on c6. If queen takes, which is out of questions, then we can capture, that's check, and then we can capture the queen next, winning the queen and the chess game. So basically after knight to c6, also now in this position white is threatening to capture the pawn, and where is the king going? Occupying on d8 and e7. So it doesn't look very safe, is it? So this is why capturing the knight, getting rid of the knight, and then capturing the pawn with check, and that's also attacking the bishop. So blocking and then simply capturing the bishop. And let's pause here for a few seconds. Now white has the semi-open file, the bishop is pinned, and also this diagonal is looking very dangerous with attacking the knight. White can also push the pawn if moving the knight, and that is going to be a discovery attack to the rook at the correct time. And also the rooks are not connected. Black has a cramped position and white is ahead in the development. So who is better? Materially speaking, black is better. Positionally speaking, white is much better. White has the attack and black is in the ropes. So knight to c5, but then very important move. both saving, first capturing the knight, and then bishop to f5. The bishop was pinned, so black captured with the pawn, damaging the pawn structure, and this move is a very important move. Black can castle now, and castling in the king side is looking extremely dangerous. White can get in, I believe, with the queen, and also the bishop is going to be hanging, of course, if castling in the king side. So queen to h5 and threatening checkmate is also a possibility. So this is a very difficult position. We have queen to c7, blocking the pawn, and you can see that also controlling this very important d8 with the bishop, pushing the pawn, and you can't defend, promoting the queen with the rook. We can capture the rook, and also that is going to be a discovery attack to the rook. Very difficult position, and then kicking the knight back. Why did she do that? Queen to h5, threatening to take the knight. The f pawn is pinned. So knight to g7, forking two pieces. But now white has, I mean, if black can, of course, captures the bishop after defending the queen, black can survive actually, potentially. But white has a very important move here, which is very simple. Always look for the checks. Bishop to d7, that's check. So, okay, if capturing the bishop, there is no capturing the queen in between move stuff, because we can capture the queen back with check. Don't forget the check. So moving the king and defending on f7. But now defending the queen and pinning the knight. So d5, and look at this. Rook takes bishop. Incredible. It looks like this is deflecting the king. So king takes on e7 and not capturing the knight. Rook to e1. Amazing stuff. So we have king to f8. The Chiburdanidze is running out of ammunition, because I think she is sacrificing a little bit too much, and she didn't even capture the knight. But now she has the very important control of the open e file, and now she pins the knight with capturing on f6. If moving the knight, we can capture the rook. Thank you very much for the game. That is going to be checkmate, as white also controls the e file, and also rook to e7. I see rook to e7 and how to defend the checkmate threat. So we have king to g8, unpinning the knight, defending the rook, and then rook to e7 it is. So we have rook to f8, what else? Defending the mate threat. And then it is white to move. Let me hand it over to you. What would you do in this position if you had the white pieces? If you were in the shoes of Chiburdanidze, how would you play it in this position? Guess the move. Did you see the move? Which is very simple actually. Okay, bishop to e6. What a move, what a move. Absolutely fantastic. And actually black doesn't have much choices in this position, because now white is threatening checkmate. Bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes rook, checkmate. Thank you very much for this chess game. So queen takes on e7, but look at the king, it is very stuck. And let me show you if what happens if capturing the bishop, which is the most simple one, then capturing the knight, checkmate. It opens the rook and checkmate. And if knight takes bishop, then capturing the queen, and black can't capture the rook, because if capturing the rook, we have the Epaulette checkmate. Queen to g5, checkmate, as the king is stuck between these rooks. It looks like the Epaulette of a military general back in the history, I believe like in 1700s, I think, until from 1700s until early 20th century, or until World War I. The military generals used to wear a uniform with epaulettes on their shoulders, so it looks like the epaulette of a military general. So that's why this is known as the epaulette checkmate, which is a decoration for the military generals, as you know. Now in these days they wear epaulettes in ceremonies, in military ceremonies, but I think it is not popular in nowadays. But back in the day, military generals, let's say in Napoleonic Wars, I mean, you can see some of the pictures of the military generals. They all have epaulettes, you know. That's why they called this the epaulette checkmate. The rooks looks like epaulettes. Anyway, so bishop to e6, what a move. And that's a discovery attack to the queen and threatening checkmate at the same time. So you can see that black has to accept and then capturing. And we have pawn takes bishop. But what happens if knight takes? If knight takes, it's very bad because we can push the pawn. And if knight goes back, we can also push this pawn too. So this is basically unplayable for black. White is winning easily. So if rook to c8, then queen to d7, basically, that is also winning for white. So okay, pawn takes and then c7. We have h5, hoping to relieve the position, but white has a killer move in this position. Can you guess that move? Queen takes on f8. Ooh, this is basically George Foreman grill. No, George Foreman knockout. George Foreman uppercut. And after this move, black resigned. A knockout punch at chess. Oh my goodness gracious. The possible continuation. King takes queen and then promoting the queen. Check. Unbelievable. What a game by Chiburdanidze. So, okay, what do you think? I hope you have enjoyed watching this chess game, and I hope to see you next time with more interactive chess games. Just stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.